lowering the shoulder. Swing and a miss. McGinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
Four wide receivers. Pressure. Steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
Year after year, these two hockey programs are among the best in Michigan, and it's true again in 2025. Two top 10 teams colliding on a chilly January night. Detroit Catholic Central against Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Welcome ringside. Ben Holden, Evan Stockton with our great crew. You know, Ben, year after year, everybody knows with CC the expectation is to win. They've won this state title 5 years in a row, but they have lost a lot of guys from last year to this year. How do you think it's meshing this year for the Shamrocks?
I think it's meshing just fine. Good to see you, by the way. Welcome back from Hawaii.
Thanks, buddy.
I think it's meshing just fine. We just had a chance to talk with Brandon Kalanicky, their longtime coach, 10th year, and you know, he said before they went to Wisconsin between Christmas and New Year's, and they played 3 games, and it was really good for their team. 1, to get on the road, 2, to get out and play some games. They played 3 games basically in 3 days. He said he was a little concerned then. He said, now I'm not really concerned going into this game. It's like we're kind of back into our routine. Things are a bit more normal. You get through the holidays. They're feeling really good about their team. They're in their 3rd year without a loss, Evan. I don't know what it's going to take to beat this team, but maybe tonight will be St. Mary's night.
I mean, look, St. Mary's has a team year after year that's very talented. You and I have had the chance to cover them the last couple of years. They got a lot of good skaters, and they may have the horses to hang with CC.
They may, and their top line is going to have to dominate tonight. And that's with Thad Rainish, and they've got Julian Johnson, a player that you know I really like his game. I think he's super skilled, 3rd year, you and I have seen him. And they're really the line that makes them go. And they've got to be on their game. They can't just go out and match CC's top unit. They've got to be better. They've got to win the battle of scoring goals and putting up points and drawing penalties and being hard to play against. They've got to do that here tonight. I think if they do that, you're going to see a really good game that's probably going to come down to the wire.
CC has not lost in the state of Michigan for over 2 years. Is tonight the night someone finally gets them? We'll find out together. St. Mary's on home ice against CC trying to spring an upset. We got puck drop, Shamrocks and Eaglets next.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss.
McGinley scores!
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
Hi, I'm Nick DePonio, and this is HVAC.
right, this is Adam, take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
And it's going to be a challenge for us. I mean, they're a really talented football team. I think everybody knows that.
4 wide receivers. Pressure, steps up. Marshall wants to run again. Cuts down the middle of the field. All alone. Touchdown! Warriors! What a cut.
High school hockey in Michigan at its finest on a snowy Saturday night, just a couple of days after New Year's. St. Mary's, one of the best teams in Division III and the entire state, puts it all on the line tonight against one of the finest high school hockey programs, forget just in the Midwest, but in all of America. Detroit Catholic Central, Ben, comes into this game. Not only have they not lost in the state of Michigan in darn near 3 years, but you confirm this. When's the last time CC lost to St. Mary's in hockey?
I was told by very good sources here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, 2011 is the last time that Brian Clano's team has beaten Catholic Central. There were a couple of ties in there, Evan. Ties aren't going to be good enough. St. Mary's wants a win here. They're hungry for it. They're thirsty for it. I really like this team they've got. They're 9-1-1. They've won 7 straight games. They're coming in playing really well. And, you know, I think you look at the starters and you've got experience in Diesel Carrera there, the left defenseman, Jack Squire. He's a new player this year. And then that top line, Rainish in the middle with Johnston and Kundinger, and CC's top line led by Reese Hemme, Peter Sannon, and O'Brien. This is going to be a heavyweight tilt, partner.
And off we go with CC in that valiant blue and peerless white. They're going left to right. Mary's in the home whites, going right to left. Johnston had the puck at center and then lost it as bodies are careening off one another. Let's watch this early in the game. St. Mary's has not played in a couple of weeks since before the holidays and before school let out. CC just played an invitational in Green Bay, Wisconsin last weekend, Ben. Let's see whose legs are better early on in this hockey game.
Yeah, it's a great point, Evan, and it was a point I was going to make up. That's why we're so well connected when we're together, and I love working with you. December 21st was the last game that Will Keene, who is a mountain of a young man, and the key for CC, you're going to have to get this kid moving at 6'5". But they haven't played since December 21. They won 6-4 at Marquette. They won the night before 2-0. So I think that is a very valid point and something we need to watch. I'll keep an eye on exactly how long or short their shifts are here early in the game.
Eaglets won that offensive zone faceoff, but the shot got tipped on its way to Joe Bedell's. Senior netminder for Catholic Central. That big 6'5" senior Will Keene in the net for St. Mary's.
Oh.
And right away, we are going to have another offensive zone faceoff on that Catholic Central icing.
Yeah, and I want to talk about Joe Bedell's a little bit. You mentioned him, Evan. I talked to Tom Nugent, who's now in his 19th year as an assistant coach at Catholic Central. He played there. He was a goaltender there. He's been coaching high school hockey since 1990, away for a couple of years. But I said, give me the book on this young man. He said he plays the puck very well, and he gobbles rebounds. And I think at the other end for Keene, very similar story. I don't know that Will's is good with the puck. We'll see as the game goes on, but he gobbles a ton of rebounds too.
Bedell's just made that first save, but St. Mary's continuing to hold and then losing the puck. This is Nino Sui ahead, and a strong back check for St. Mary's ended that rush before it could start. Here's Julian Johnston with men changing behind the play. Ben, we've seen Julian skate the last couple of years for St. Mary's. It's hard to find a better skater at the high school level in this state.
It really is, Evan, and again, you read my mind, and he's just so skilled on his edges. Everything he does is with a purpose, and I think he's primed for a big night here tonight with that top line.
They will get that top line off the ice. Catholic Central holding in the offensive zone with Jackson Leiter. There's a couple of Leiters on the team, Nick and Jackson. Jackson new to the team this year. Long shot for St. Mary's entering the offensive zone. Big hit in that near corner, but Eaglet's still holding. Playing it out in front, nobody home. And this will roll all the way on Keene. As of now, nobody changing. Out to center it comes. No whistle, they play on. That puck did not vacate the zone. It's been said, this Eaglet team playing really good hockey right now. They've won 7 games in a row. They have a rush here. They do keep that puck in the offensive zone and then stick checked away by the Shamrocks. Strong work by Sam Mazik and the Blue Liners.
Yeah, the only loss for St. Mary's on December 4th, 4-3 at home, Evan, against Cranbrook. And we know what a job they did all the way to the state championship last year. So this is another loaded team that Brian Clano's got. And again, big opportunity. It doesn't get any bigger than this. I thought you said it perfectly. Catholic Central, not the best team in this state, but they are one of the top in the nation.
Laird's shot got blocked. Eaglets have an odd man rush here. Off the bench, 3-on-2. Coming ahead with speed. Sussex in front, stopped. Puck still loose. Sussex down to the ice. Oh, and a big hit. That's a tone-setting hit. How about Ryan Harrington, the football player, lowering the boom?
Welcome to the party.
Harrington on that right point tonight for St. Mary's. We got a left point shot from Went that got blocked.
I saw Jermaine Gonzalez when I went into the office when we got the stat confirmed on 2011. I said, have you slept yet? He goes, I've been sleeping fine, man. Speaking of football, congrats to the Eaglets. Jermaine Gonzalez, the former star here in both sports, as we know, Evan, and his football program winning the state title. Look at that hit. I mean, that is getting engaged in the game, giving some energy to your team. I love big hits like that. It was a clean play and a really good hit.
So you got a 6'5" netminder in Keene, and Ryan Harrington ain't small either.
No, he's not.
His brother Sean played football at Michigan State and here at St. Mary's. St. Mary's done a pretty nice job possessing the puck, all things considered. Shamrocks so far in this game, Ben, have had to ice it a couple of times.
Yeah, you know, this is game number 3 of the day here, of course, and the JV game and the other varsity teams on these two sides, and they have both had very similar starts. I mean, the energy, the excitement. You know, Evan, you said it, you're an alum of Catholic Central. You see the logo for the opposition. There's something about it when these two get together.
June Johnston won that face-off, and Thad Rainish had his shot go into the mesh. There's been a lot of Rainishes playing hockey here over the years at St. Mary's.
Yeah, there have, and you know, you look at Johnston, I can see already, you know, just seeing him, he's grown a couple inches this year. He's long, he's a great skater. I think this kid's gonna have a shot to play at the college level, at a high level, after maybe a year or two of junior hockey when he's done here.
This is the top line out there for St. Mary's that Ben was talking about. Gotta have a good night. Kundinger, Johnston, and Rainish, 3 outstanding skaters. St. Mary's sees Catholic Central walk into the offensive zone. A right side shot went wide. That was off Tyler O'Brien's stick. 2-on-2 the other way as an Eaglet will change behind the play. Catholic Central gets it out to center. They will change men behind the play and send one that Keene handles on net.
Yeah, O'Brien's a player as he battles in the corner. He's had multiple 2-goal games. He's had 3 of them. He's a big-time scorer. Brandon Kalinicki, the longtime CC coach, loves the way he shoots the puck. He shoots with a purpose, and you know, Cal was like that back in his Michigan days. I did a couple years of his career, and very similar in terms of the way they play and the way they shoot the puck and try to score goals.
Sam Wolak into the offensive zone, stepping up from that blue line spot. Threw it in front, nobody home. Boink holds the zone right side of the point for the Shamrocks. He was one of the 5 starters on the ice tonight for CC.
Oh, what a pass.
Yeah, great looking cross-ice pass. It was taken off Zielinski's stick. Not a ton of sustained offensive zone time for either team yet. This whole game's been played 5-on-5 as there was yet another hit, this time on the far side of the ice.
That's a veteran, Jacob Fedor. We've seen him in the last couple of years, Evan. He made that play over there.
Yeah, that's the thing with this St. Mary's team, right? CC replaced darn near the whole team.
Yep.
And St. Mary's has guys who are definitely motivated. to play in a game like this tonight. Dorgan was stick checked off the play, still got it to the front. Nice shot block there by Charlie Roberts, another returner from last year for Orchard Lake St. Mary's.
I walked by, I chuckled there when you said Dorgan's name. I walked by him when I was trying to get back into my spot down here at ice level, and I said, man, how tall are you? He said, I'm 6'4", sir. I said, I'm glad I don't have to play against you.
And he called you sir. How
He
about
did.
those manners?
Yeah, that's good. I appreciate that. Makes me feel old, but I probably am. Well, certainly am compared to these guys. But it is good manners.
Trouble behind the net. Shamrocks nearly banked it in. They get it on the second try. Sloppy by Keene behind the net, and Catholic Central takes advantage. One of their first shots of the night is put in by Sir Jack Dorgan.
The big man right by us and on cue, and what a great job of CC working down low. They stay with it. He just gets enough and just jams it through the 5-hole there. What a great job by the big fella there to give his team the lead 6 minutes into the game.
Jack Dorgan, now his 5th goal of the season, scored for Catholic Central in that comeback Catholic League title win over Cranbrook, and now a pivotal opening goal on the road at St. Mary's.
That's huge, man. That is so big. You get the lead on the road, and you said it, and you know, you got to figure these St. Mary's players, I mean, they know it's been a long time since they've beaten this program. It's a big game for them.
Dallas threw one on net, sticked aside by Joe Bedels. I mean, that's got to be only the second or third shot of the hockey game for CC, and for that one to go in.
Yep.
St. Mary's did hold the zone and threw a shot wide. That was a good look down there for Morat.
Sure was. Grade A chance.
Now Squire working hard. Eaglets have been sending extra men to the puck all night, but this is Ryan Dye fishing it free for CC. Guy we saw last year playing on one of their other varsity teams, now getting a run on the big club.
Yeah, he's a good kid, man. He had a hat trick in that game, and, you know, I'm glad you brought him up because Channel 4 here locally in Detroit featured him a week or two ago. He had a program to help some people in need. They made some stockings for Christmas. What a great thing he did, and Brandon Kalinicki had such high praise for him, for the young man that he is off the ice. He's a heck of a lacrosse player too, Evan.
Oh, what a pass and a finish! St. Mary's has tied the hockey game. What vision to find Corbin Kundinger. This thing is tied.
There you go, Evan. We talked about it. That top line has got to be big for St. Mary's, and right there, case in point, they get the job done with a beautiful play. That's a great heads-up pass into that little soft area there on the side of the crease. They couldn't get to him, and a great finish to tie the game at 1-1.
What vision from that pass on the near side of the ice. You know, all Kundinger really had to do, Ben, was get his stick on that puck, and that thing was going in.
You're exactly right, and he did just that, did the senior, and that's a massive goal to get this game even at 1.
They always say, when you score, don't give up another one quick. St. Mary's almost scored again. Zielinski's slot shot went wide. Shamrocks coming ahead with speed. Nadia threw it in front. Save made by Keene. We will get an Eaglet penalty, though.
Hook.
A hook on the Eaglets, and Catholic Central about to go to the first power play of the night.
Yep, I'm going to have company here in the box with me here in a minute. Well, no, I'm not, because they're down there. First 2 games we were that way, but there's a big-time stop from Keene there, and what a great job by him. And so now he'll be tested here. You know this CC power play. They're going to sling it around. They're going to work that puck low to high and go hard to the paint.
Hook was on Zielinski, forced to do it in that 2-on-1. St. Mary's wins the initial face-off and clears down ice.
They got a lot of continuity up top with Bloink and Wolak, their cousins. They run the power play, those two at the blue line.
Coming into the offensive zone with Nino Sui, circling around the entirety of the ice. Weak pass to Wolak, having to chase that down. St. Mary's got men to the play. Shamrock's taken away on the forecheck. And lost his edge down there. That was Sannon, and that allows St. Mary's to clear down ice and get men off the ice on this kill. Shamrock's coming ahead. Left side shot, easy save by Keene. And we got a whistle, 54 seconds into the power play.
Jacob Fedor there with a little bit more of his attitude, saying, just get yourself out of here, to the Catholic Central player. And there's Keene, a 1.56 and a 910 save percentage coming in. Both dazzling numbers, an easy save there for him. That size, the flexibility, I mean, you've got to get him moving. Although they got the goal early on with a little tip through his legs, but as this game plays on, you're going to have to get him moving side to side. He's just so big.
And he plays it back to the blue line. A right point shot got blocked. Nick Leiter took the shot for CC. Got it again, walking that blue. Another wrist shot saved away by Keene. Sustained offensive zone pressure for the Shamrocks. First time on a power play tonight, and Leiter couldn't keep the zone.
Good challenge. Like the really good pressure there from St. Mary's there at Rainish.
Coming back to get it. Spinning it around those boards. Leiter holds for CC. Played along the wall. For a shot that's saved. Under 20 seconds to go in the power play. And he holds the zone, and Leiter couldn't hold it. St. Mary's coming darn close to killing off this power play. And they officially do. Great early kill for the Eaglets.
Yeah, that's huge. That's really huge. And really, CC really not, by my count, really any grade A chances on that. So a bang-up job.
Slot shot goes wide. Clean look for Connor Laird. And this could be an opportunity. St. Mary's coming ahead. Shot kick save. Rebound goes wide. Man, that's another good look for Adam Zielinski, who's been all over the ice. Got it to the slot. Shot goes wide from Roberts. Wide and over that bar. Roberts tussling with a Shamrock again. Roberts gets the puck free. Tried to dangle his way in front, taking off his stick. Shamrocks pitchfork it ahead to center. And then Thompson was taken off the play. Great back checking so far in this game for the Eaglets. Into the offensive zone they come, and a shot sticked aside by Bedell's. Puck played out to center and through a St. Mary's defender. That was Harrington stepping up from his point spot. 1-1 hockey game. Dorgan has scored for the Shamrocks, and Corbin Kundinger had the equalizer for the Eaglets just over a minute after CC scored the first goal.
Big response. They needed it.
Oh, that's a massive hit from Ryan Harrington. That man has had a couple in this game trying to assert his size down there, Ben.
Charlie Connolly got the worst of that. He got smoked pretty good, and that's what they need. That big physical presence. You got to use it, and you got to use it in the smartest way. And that's what they've done so far. A couple of big hits from their defensemen so far.
Pass to the slot was behind its intended target. This forces St. Mary's to go back and get it in their own defensive zone. Fedor holding and passing. Pass eventually found Kundinger. Now Wolak back to get it for CC. Great bank pass off the boards to Suey. Nino waiting, shooting, save, rebound, squirting through the slot. Suey's got it on that blue line. Nino, shot got blocked. Puck played behind the net. Shamrocks could not fish it free. Carrera took it away for the Eaglets, got it out to center, and they got to change, long shift. Recycle for the Shamrocks. Into the offensive zone, and another shot on Keene. You know, Ben, you talked about you got to move this big body. St. Mary's, for the most part, has seen Will Keene get some clean looks on him in this game.
Yeah, it's going to be tough to beat him. I know they got the one goal on that little tip in front, but he's just so long, and positionally he's really good. Everything about his game, he looks the part. I mean, think back to the game that you and I did last year when Garrett Dudler for Cranbrook came in here and did what he did, and then he led him to a state championship. I mean, they're both big guys. I think Keene's a goalie you can certainly win the whole thing with.
That puck got away from Keene. Luckily, the rebound for him squirted wide. Yeah, the Garrett Dudler, I want to say, coming out party.
Yep.
Oh, another pass in front. Stick to side. Roberts with another chance. That was a great Cranbrook St. Mary's game, and Dudler eventually helped the Cranes all the way to the state title, as you were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you got to have that, and, you know, Brian Clano's got a really good group, as we talked, and you got to be solid from the net out. You got to have the backbone of the team, and look at what CC's done. They've had, you know, numerous different goalies in all the state championships they've won, and, you know, I think sometimes, though, you know, on the CC side, they tend to really dominate the shots on goal in games, and, you know, oftentimes your goaltender doesn't get a ton of work, and so that's an even bigger challenge. I mean, I looked at the numbers for CC, and, you know, their shots on goal are a 2-to-1 situation. They're 30 to 15 is what they average. So sometimes when you play on their group, because of the way they control and the way they possess it, it can be challenging when you're not seeing a lot of shots, Evan.
This rush into the offensive zone was stopped. They get a penalty on CC behind the play here? I think they did.
Kind of looks that way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's big. They get the goal scorer, Dorgan, take him off the ice.
Yep, sure
and now
enough.
St. Mary's can go to the power play here, as that was the penalty on Dorgan on that offensive zone rush.
It was, yeah. So it's enough, and so here's a chance now with 3:44 to go for St. Mary's to grab the lead here with their big unit. Roberts on the left side, number 3, he's got 10 goals for them. Watch him, he's been really active around the net tonight.
Rainish and Johnston up front. Johnston back to Fed Rainish. Got Charlie Roberts out there as an extra extra forward on this power play. Roberts got it back to the blue line. Rainish for Johnston. In front, tipped, and the Shamrocks clear.
Job by CC to find it. Tough to play against even down a man here. They just challenge it, and they get the clear.
Carrera, one of the defensemen on the ice on this power play for St. Mary's. Into the offensive zone they come. Big hit behind the net. Oh, it's in! That was a no-angle shot, and it's a goal for St. Mary's. You need a little magic to spring an upset. It was Jack Squire, the blue liner, from an impossible angle.
I talk about that all the time, Evan. There's never a bad shot. You see so many goals from even deeper in the zone than that one. That one was between the goal line and the bottom of the circle. That's a smart play because oftentimes the goaltenders, he's not expecting you to shoot the puck from there. And that goes back to what I was saying a minute ago about CC and their goaltender. Sometimes you get, I don't know if distracted is the right word, but you get kind of taken away from the game because a lot of times you're not seeing a ton of pressure from the opposition because their team is so good and so strong in the offensive zone. And that's just a beautiful job of finding a little opening in there and firing that puck in to give them a 2-1 lead.
Back-to-back goals for St. Mary's from seniors Kundinger and Squire.
Yep.
Couple of guys getting one more crack at CC. Ben, you know this St. Mary's team came into this game. Everyone talks about CC. They're probably going, hey, why don't you pay attention to us too?
Yeah, no, there's no doubt about it. And, you know, it goes back to what we said when you and I came on the air. They're not just their top line, but that top D pair. And Squire's on that top D pair. That's his 4th goal of the season. They've got to be better than CC's top unit, their top 5. They've got to win that battle, in my opinion, to win this game tonight.
Point shot, stick to side by Will Keene. Shamrocks buzzing, trying to get that one right back. Play to the blue line. Shot tips in and out of play. Wolak took the shot, and Morad got to stick to it.
He did, and Sam Wolak, senior out there. That's their top defensive pair out there, and they look the part. They're really good. The top 4 on this CC team, outstanding. All 6 are good, and can certainly play, but their top 4 really good. That top pairing is a special group.
Another blue line shot. That's Justin Blanc. And again, clean, gets a clean look and freezes.
Yeah, the cousins up there, so they know how to communicate with one another. And I believe Brandon Kalanicky had said to me, he said it's the first time they played together. So that's pretty cool for those guys being related.
Under 2 minutes to go in a first period that may look a little different than some people thought. Again, CC gets the puck in front. This time, Keene held firm. The puck squirted free, but referee lost sight of the puck, so blow the play dead.
Yep. One of their captains there, Tyler O'Brien, leads their team with 19 points, and he's got 9 goals, 10 assists, 3 on the power play, and a couple goals for them in the state championship game last year that they won. As you mentioned, they're 5th in a row, and such a vital part of their club.
A team that has not lost in the state of Michigan in a long time, almost 3 years.
Yep.
A lot of hockey to go, but this is a St. Mary's start. They can hang on to the lead here. That'll make them smile in the dressing room.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what they wanted and what they have to have against this high-powered team they're facing.
That time, a little bit of traffic in front of Keene, but he swallows the wrist shot from Justin Blanc.
Yeah, had a good look at that one, right at that near side post, and Keene's really played well here so far, been tested more so than at the other end with his counterpart, Joe Bedell's. He's been sharp, he's been focused, and on his game so far tonight.
Shamrocks now winning the shot battle 11-8. Early on, St. Mary's held the shot lead, but Shamrocks have 5 of the last 6 shots. Inglets can't get it out of the zone all of a sudden as the Shamrock pressure intensifies. Now it's out to center. Zielinski tipped it out. Will be no icing on this play. Wider back to get it for Matthew Nadia. Up the ice it goes. Nadanino Sui, right side shot, save Keene. Pawed down and out to center, hoping to spring Roberts on that break. It was behind him.
They were.
Costa Karadimas shoots it wide. Wider took a hit, held the puck. Coming up on half a minute to go, first period. And we get another penalty. I think they just got St. Mary's for an interference.
It's looking that way, yeah.
This could be a massive penalty, Ben, at the end of the period as Noah Gumma, that senior blue liner, sits.
Yeah, 37.2 to go. So you'd have, what, $1.23 a carryover if you don't get anything here with clean ice. Some coaches would rather not have the carryover, but that's the way the game goes sometimes, and rather just keep the momentum, try to get the momentum going on the power play. We'll see what they do here with the final 30.
Second power play of the night for Catholic Central. Block threw it in front, shot goes wide. Sandin set it wide. 7 in blue and white, one of the best skaters CC's got. Period clock running down. Block for Suey. Around the rim they go. Wolak played it in front, went off a leg. Still time for one more shot if the Shamrocks can get the puck. That's it. 17 minutes of hockey down. Shamrock scored first. Jack Dorgan, an ugly goal in front, but then it all flipped. Corbin Kundinger and Jack Squire have put St. Mary's in front after one period of hockey tonight.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
Welcome back to Orchard Lake St. Mary's here. A very busy day of hockey, and running into a former Red Wings Stanley Cup champ, Michigan State Spartan national champ, 13 years in the NHL, Justin Abdelkader. Good to see you, buddy. It's been a long time. Let's start with what you're up to these days. What brought you to the rink here today?
Yeah, coaching team here out of Orchard Lake. My oldest, he's 6 years old, so we're at the rink between him and then my youngest is doing the mini mites. So I'm here pretty much 5 or 6 days a week, but loving it. And it's been a lot of fun.
Well, obviously the reason we're here today with the prep, there's 3 high school games here, and you're a guy a lot of people don't remember or know. You played high school hockey in the great state of Michigan at Mona Shores. Think back to those years first. I want to get into a little bit of kind of what's going on now, but what do you remember? What do you think about? What do you still hold on to from those high school days when you played?
Unfortunately, the first thing that comes to mind is the losses I had against Trenton in the state championship final and the semifinals in overtime. But no, honestly, a lot of great experiences. Had a great coach in Sean Zimmerman at Mona Shores. We had some really good teams. Even before me, they won the state championship at Mona Shores in 2000, and then during my time and after, unfortunately, some heartbreak losses that you can honestly write a book about. But a lot of great experiences. I played, so my junior year, got to play with a lot of kids around the Detroit area. At the time, it was called the Michigan Stars, and so they just had one team of all the best high school players. So we got to play, the AAA teams and in these tournaments, really around the Midwest, and got to meet a lot of guys there, and then followed up with a really good year. Was unfortunately ended in a loss at Trenton in the final, but won Mr. Hockey, which was cool, and just very prideful being able to play, in front of your friends at the high school level, and I think even now to this day, it doesn't have to be the AAA path. Kids can play high school and work their way up. And I was on the west side in the small town of Muskegon, and made practices important and worked really hard and had a really good coach.
I'm sure one thing, something comes to mind. I know you know Blake Jeffrion and talked to him a couple of weeks ago, and he talked about when he got to the NHL, he had to kind of understand that it wasn't necessarily about, in both your cases, you played for the U.S. teams at different stops in your career, World Junior, World Championship, played at Michigan State. It's about the school. It's about the team more so than it's about the team at that level. I think you know where I'm going. And that's something you can never take away, that group of guys you played with in high school.
I still stay in touch with those guys to this day, and a lot of great memories and experiences. And some of those guys I grew up playing with for a long time, some I didn't. But, honestly, walking out to, on that ice and, the student section, the fans cheering, and it gives you that sense of pride. It was the first time playing for like a school rather than just playing for for your individual team. And it was, on the way to playing for Michigan State and then playing on the big stage. But it was that first experience. And honestly, as a kid, that was one of my goals, to play for the high school team. And I looked up to those guys. And so, I think it's the same now, and now being on the east side here and living here now, just seeing, high school hockey is very big. There's still some good schools on the west side, but here there's a ton of good schools, and, the coaching's great. So, I've been to a couple high school games already here at Orchard Lake, and it's been fun. The kids enjoy it.
What do you think's got to continue with high school hockey in the state to, we all know how good hockey is in Minnesota at the high school level, far and away the best state in the country for high school hockey. What do you think's got to change for high school hockey to keep growing in this state?
Yeah, I think it's, you got to have good coaches, so coaching's very important. I know here at Orchard Lake, Brian Kleino's been here for a long time. He does a really good job. So, having a good coach, for me, I'm a big, proponent of kids playing multiple sports. I played football my sophomore year of high school, but then ultimately my junior year, I just played hockey. And for me, a big boost for me, and the reason why I won Mr. Hockey, I think, was because I played in the fall, and I did that Michigan Stars program, which I don't know if it's like the MWHL or whatever the league they call it now, but just playing, high school, you only have maybe 30 games, right? So that allowed me to play some more games and get more practices in and play with, some of the best players in the state. So I think coaching is a big part of it, and then also just just getting out there. Whether I did summer camps, I did the select festivals in the summer, which was huge. So even though I played high school hockey or played on the west side of the state, I was always going up against some of the best players and kind of knew where I stood that way.
Last thing for you, what's the most asked question you get from all these little tykes you're coaching, these little mites? They obviously know who you are, and what do they ask you? What do they ask you the most?
Oh gosh, yeah. How it was in the NHL, how many goals I scored, or how many fights I got into.
A lot of both.
A little bit of both, yeah. A lot of both, I guess. No, it's just honestly, it's fun being around these kids. I'm really enjoying kind of the full circle moment now, coaching and involved with both of my boys, and we'll continue to be so.
Awesome. Great to see you.
Yeah,
and,
great seeing you too.
Your former team doing well in East Lansing, and the Red Wings starting to turn the corner too.
They are.
Always appreciate the time, man. Good to see you, Justin.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, Justin Abdelkader, the former Red Wing, joining us here, talking a little high school hockey and a lot more. More to come here from Orchard Lake St. Mary's here on the Prep. Thanks, brother.
The store is set up. He's got the order, and he's off. It's a full court press. These brands are knocking it out of the park. This, my friends, is the speed we've come to expect from this team. Just look at the precision of that move. And it's out of here.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Lowering the shoulder.
Swing and a miss. McKinley scores!
All day, and I think everybody who is just watching this game needs to understand, as you and I understand, the hockey level that is played at both of these schools from varsity on down. It is remarkable how many good hockey players there are.
November and lost 3-2, and that's the same thing that happened today. But man, what a spirited battle, and the JV game ended in a 2-2 game. That kicked things off. And you're right though, Evan, I mean, there's so much talent and skill with all three of these teams. And one of the things that I took away from talking with the GM, Kurt Kormos of St. Mary's and their program, yes, they have a GM, they have 3 teams, and that's pretty cool. It's very unique in the way that they're doing this. And a couple of years ago, they said, look, we want to build our program. We want to get more kids involved. You and I know, and people that know hockey in this state know, that Michigan has more travel and AAA hockey than any state in the country. And I played high school hockey years ago, played at Traverse City. I love high school hockey. I want to see our state continue to grow and build. I mean, Minnesota, without question, they have the best high school hockey in the entire country, and it's not even close. They don't have the travel programs. They don't have the AAA programs, and this is a big step that was really initiated by St. Mary's 2 years ago, saying, look, let's get these kids into our program. Let's offer more teams, and then CC followed suit in that. Brother Rice is doing it, and I think the schools that have the volume and the numbers, you're going to see it continue to grow, man, because I think it's important for our state. We need to be better in this sport. We need to put more teams that are more competitive out there. year in and year out, regular season, postseason, tournament time. I think it's big for our state. It's great to see what's happened here all day.
Let's hit a quick break and come on back for the start of the second period. St. Mary's right now up by 1, trying to end the Shamrocks' long win streak here in the state of Michigan. Start of the second period here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Eaglets off to a 2-1 lead, but an interference minor on St. Mary's in the final minute of the first period means Catholic Central starts the second period on an abbreviated power play. Still 1:22 to kill for St. Mary's. Sandin took the face-off and won it for CC. They've got that top power play unit back on. This is the unit that ended the first period. Sandin chasing after it. St. Mary's takes it away and steers it out to center ice. Fresh sheet, fresh legs, and let's see what CC can do on this power play. It's their second of the night. St. Mary's has had one power play. Squire and Kundinger had the goals for St. Mary's in the first period that both came after Jack Dorgan scored the first one for CC.
Yeah, it was a great play by the big man, and just use that long reach, poke that one through the 5-hole of Will Keene and energize the Shamrocks early on. And scoring chances relatively close, 8-6 in the opening period in favor of Catholic Central. So I think you'll just keep seeing more and more of that. I think the game will open up a little more. I think the way the game started, it was very intense, very tight. I don't think that changes, but I think the offense will come a little bit more for both these teams as we go along here.
Yeah, there were times in that first period where there wasn't a lot of sustained offensive zone time. Catholic Central did get some sustained zone time as that first period wound down. Sandin lost the puck. St. Mary's could not clear. Around the roulette wheel it comes. Shamrocks hold with Wolak.
Ooh.
Now Blanc almost lost the puck. Tipped off his stick yet again. Falls down to the ice, no call. There's 15 seconds to go on this power play all of a sudden. Sandin back to the blue line. Now back to Peters, Sandin. Shot from the top of the circle, got blocked. Pass in front, tipped yet again. Diesel Carrera working hard. Both teams back to full strength. Eaglets get that man back in the ice. We're 5-on-5. This could be a 3-on-1. Thad Rainish into the zone. Shot save made. Bedell's a big time stop. 3-on-1, and there was no passing, just a shot.
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen that played into the middle personally, but I don't blame Thad for shooting it, but I would have passed that puck. He got more opportunity to score, I think.
Zielinski takes it away for St. Mary's. Number 6 in red and white has been all over the ice so far tonight. Fedor off the boards to Noah Gumma, who took that interference penalty. He lost the puck, played in front, nobody home. Blue line shot, tipped wide. Clean look up top for Nick Leiter.
Sure was.
Eaglets back to get it with Emmett Pilch. This is their third unit. That puck got tipped at center by an Eaglet. It's an icing. Again, Eaglets coming in 9-1-1. They've won 7 in a row. But Catholic Central comes in, Ben, with the 12-0 record and the 5 straight state championships and years of not losing in the state. So there are not many 9-1-1 teams that would come in as huge underdogs, but it kind of felt that way before the hockey game.
Yeah, it's fair to say. I mean, CC came in averaging they've scored 64 goals and given up just 15. That's 4.9 and 1.15 per game. So they've dominated opponents, and they've only given up 3 goals twice this year.
Lighter shot, saved by Keene. Shamrock still holding in the zone, and another shot. Save made, rebound, score! They snuck the backhand by Keene. Look like 15, Connor Laird snuck it through. We got a new hockey game.
Yes, it is. He's the first guy down the line. Stick my head out there to make sure on that, and that was a nifty little play. He found the room in there. It'll be on the right side of your screen. Little backhander there, just gets it up and over. It's always impossible for goalies. Anywhere between the elbow and the shoulder, it's impossible for the goalie to make that save. And that's a beautifully placed shot by Laird to tie the hockey game at 2.
That is just his 2nd point of the season. He scored against Gabriel Richard a month ago. He didn't have a point until that.
Prime time, baby, prime time.
And now CC coming at again. Pass went through a couple of bodies in the slot. Sussex ahead for St. Mary's. They answered the CC goal earlier with 2. Puck rolled through the slot, nobody home. Eaglets back to get it in their own D zone.
Yeah, you're going to pay a price to win this game. Whoever wins it, it's going to be a very tough game to win. And for St. Mary's, they need a response. They need to get one here to get themselves back on top and get in the driver's seat in this game here.
Shamrocks get that puck out to center ice. Sussex played it back. Sussex, a man who's been going back and forth between the varsity white and varsity team this year for St. Mary's. 61 has brought some good juice on the ice when he's been out there.
He has. He took a tumble right in front of the box here where I'm at. He's all right. He's young. He popped right back up, but yeah, he's got a lot of energy, a lot of jump. I kind of miss our guy, Brennan Morgan. Brennan finally graduated, right? And he's so fun to watch, but big situation here as Brian Clanow sends out his top line here for St. Mary's with a D-zone draw for Johnston.
By the way, Shamrock's now winning a shot battle 15-9.
Yeah.
At one point, St. Mary's was out shooting CC. Where it matters most, we're tied. Laird just had that goal for CC, and now they're coming ahead again. Hemi passing in front, shot save, puck still loose, banging away. Keene got the pad to it.
Big save.
Couple of cracks at it. CC has been hunting the front of the net against that St. Mary's 6'5 netminder. This time Will Keene kept the pads down.
He did, and that puck deflected up off the netting that's all the way along the far side. That's why they're bringing this back. And yeah, he's been under some pretty heavy pressure here the last couple of times that CC's been in the attacking zone, and they're trying to get him, as I mentioned earlier, get this guy moving. That's what you got to do. He's so big in there, eats up so much of the net. And that shot that Laird scored on, I mean, that's just a beautiful shot. That's just placement on that. Nothing about getting it moving, just a well-placed shot by Laird.
Nino Sui sends it over the bar. CC's puck possession over 4 minutes into this period has been excellent. The Eaglets did get it out of their zone. That puck continuing to roll back into CC zone. Strong forecheck by St. Mary's. Thad Rainish and that top line. They've been difference makers when they've been out there.
They have, and they have to be. I mean, as we've talked about since the open, he's got to lead that line, and he's got a ton of energy.
How about Roberts? 2-on-1, passing in front. Oh, that shot went wide. Didn't look like the Eaglet got all he wanted to on the shot.
That was Kundinger. He did not. You are correct.
That is not an ice. Got tipped at center. That would have been Kundinger's second goal of the night. Here comes Roberts again with men changing behind the play. Roberts got tied up by Sean Goff. Good work down there. Offside shot from the point went wide. Harrington had the shot. Held in at the blue line. Eaglet shot goes wide. Roberts tipped it wide right. Follow-up try. Around the net, pops wide. CC forced to ice and just get some fresh bodies on the ice. You can do that in high school hockey. You can change on an ice because the Eaglets were hunting the net here.
They sure were. I mean, that's incredibly good pressure, and Roberts has got 10 goals on the year, and he's right there in front trying to take away the eyes of the goaltender. Great shift out of him. He's got to be a factor too, Evan. He's got 10 goals to lead their team. They need him to produce tonight.
Offensive zone face-off. Eaglets win it. Man fell down. There was no whistle. Quick recycle for CC. Nice work on the back check by Zachary Wells for St. Mary's. His friendly fire caused the net to go off its moorings there. It was Lucas Went who ran into Will Keene.
Yeah, a little bump on the way through there sent him into him, and looks like Will's okay. And I mean, you got to look at just how big he is. I mean, he is a massive young man, 6'5", in street clothes. I mean, he is a giant in there, and he's got to go on lockdown here because Catholic Central's been bringing it here in the O-zone, putting heavy pressure on.
Another shot tipped high and wide. Keene lost his stick for a second, had to scramble and get it. Shamrock bench loving the effort here as they have dominated time of possession so far in the second period. Puck waffles out to center where CC grabs it again. That cross-ice pass got tipped by Sussex. Squire, one of the goal scorers for St. Mary's. Striding ahead from the blue line. Now back into the Catholic Central zone. Off the boards it comes. Played out to the center ice logo. And up the left side of the ice. Good hold, right side, shot save. Another nice kick stop by Keene on Ryan Dye. And now Dye back to get it. Eaglets get caught in a change here. This is a 3-on-1. Catholic Central pass in front. Good stick by Keene to it.
Tell you what a back check by Johnston on that play. Help break it up, Evan.
And now here's Julian Johnston passing in front. Nice stop by Bedell's. I think that was his first save of the period.
I think you're right. I mean, he's not had much action, if any, and that's what I talked about earlier in the game. It's tough when you're a goalie, you've got to stay focused because this CC team, when they push that wave and that wave turns into a tsunami in the offensive zone, you're not seeing any action down there, and that's a big-time stop from their goaltender.
Especially on that great skater, Julian Johnston, who made one good play on defense and then starts the rush offensively.
I would love to see that whole play if we get time. It can be a couple minutes later, guys. I'm talking to our crew. The play that he made to come back down the ice, I mean, it was a textbook back check, and then he turns it around and goes up and gets a scoring chance. That's one of the reasons I like this kid so much. I think he's a very talented player.
3 straight years on varsity.
Yep.
So many returners to the St. Mary's varsity team who desperately want to pull this upset win here tonight. Bodies have been flying all night. Rainish had that last hit.
He did, and a pretty hit it was.
Sanin lost the puck. Still Shamrock possession in the offensive zone. A point shot got tipped. That puck's still loose. Eaglets get it down the ice. This will be an icing. All right, so let's see if this was the Johnston play earlier. It may be.
No, it was a back check where he came right down the middle of the rink. And just an unbelievable job of coming back. I mean, it's easy to go up north and skate north and go when the puck's going in the offensive zone. But that's what every single coach wants to see, especially when you're a center. That is your responsibility to be a 200-foot guy, and he was that on that shift.
Nice forecheck by Karadimas, passing to the left side in space with Wolak. Sam spins away from a check for Catholic Central. Back to the blue line for a shot. Keene made the save as Justin Blanc let it go. And now we have some bodies down in front of the net.
Yeah, that was an easy stop for Keene. I had a great look at that right in my sight line. And, you know, I get it. Get pucks to the front of the net. You got Suey in there and Nada was in there. We haven't called Nada's name a lot tonight. He's another player that is a real catalyst for Catholic Central's team.
This Shamrock team out shooting St. Mary's 9-3 in the second period. And honestly, Ben, it kind of feels like 19-3 in that shot disparity.
Yeah, they've really cranked it up. They've turned it up a couple of notches here so far.
Another face-off win. Blanc working his magic along that far side boards. Cross-ice pass in between Nadia's skates. The Eaglets get it out to center. They have to change the bodies here at some point. Once again, Wolak holding the blue for CC, and then a bad pass out to center. CC will change the forward combo. Karadimas coming off the ice to complete the change. Pass in front goes wide. Shamrocks have the only goal in the second period. Connor Laird on a backhand goal that just snuck by Will Keene. In front, just behind the Shamrock streaking, that was Laird. AJ Michaelis plays it deep for St. Mary's. Getting fresh bodies onto the ice. Just 4 shots in the second period for the home team.
Oh.
Look at Nick Leiter
Wow.
stepping into the offensive zone, a pass and a shot wide. What a rush by Nick Leiter.
I got a lot of hairspray in, and I think my hair moved on that one, man. He was flying right by me.
2-on-2 the other way. Again, CC defense with Dye. Spiked off the boards. A Shamrock and an Eaglet got tangled up there. That was Fedor who went down.
He's got the big man on him, big number 16 there, Jack Dorgan.
Guy who scored that first goal of the night for Catholic Central. Here he comes again. We got some big bodies on the ice tonight, don't we, Ben?
We do, and they're even bigger right down here, man, especially when they're coming right at you at 20 miles an hour.
Chip into the offensive zone, race into that corner. No one quite won the race as the bodies got tangled. Gummo around the boards, but not out. Mazik held the zone for CC. Again, Eaglets can't clear. Mazik working hard on that right point.
Sure is. Hand pass.
Yep, they got a hand pass there.
Yep.
So St. Mary's, as we talked about, coming in 9-1-1. There is a rich hockey history at this school. 3 state titles, nearly won another one in 2022. And remember last year, Ben, too, they got close. They lost in the quarters to East Grand Rapids, who made the state title game. This is definitely a St. Mary's team at the Division III level that has a shot to go all the way this year.
Oh, there's no question about it. I mean, they've got the talent. They've got really from the net out, as we've talked about. They've got veterans back. You mentioned that. They've got a good mix of youth, too. And, you know, it's a grind and it's a battle. And Division III isn't easy. None of them are easy. But I think they've got a team that can do it this year. It's going to be an interesting second half of the year to see how it plays out for them, though.
Zerlip and Wendt tangling in St. Mary's zone. Now it's Thad Rainish turning the puck over and then getting it back. Rainish lost his edge as he got into the O zone, played out to center. This top line for St. Mary's, Rainish, Johnston, Kundinger have had a lot of minutes so far in this game.
They have, and they've got a counter. I'm going to stand with what I said when we came on the air. They've got to be the best line and produce more than CC's top unit does. They've got to win that battle, and it's going to take a lot of this. They're going to have to play in their own end because they're under pressure, and they're going to have to try and get them in the counter game and the transition game.
Rainish tangled up with a couple of Shamrocks down there.
Oh,
Wolak played it up the wall. Pass into the slot. Backhand shot rising high. Good look for Tyler O'Brien down deep. Johnston paws it down. Gets it out to center and got to change the lines here. Coming up on 5 minutes to go, second period. Blanc on the breakout for CC. Passing right to Peterson. Cross-ice pass tipped all the way on Will Keene, who sprawls on that puck to get the whistle. Catholic Central's hockey program, Ben, we've talked about it all night. This is an amazing program. 22 state titles they claim all time. It's kind of like Alabama football. We're not quite sure how many of those are actual state titles, but there's a lot in that trophy case. 5 straight state titles. Coach Cal has a remarkable program at Detroit Catholic Central.
He does, and you see Brandon Arato's name on there. He's a little bit younger than Cal, and both played at Michigan, and Brandon Kalanick was a captain at Michigan, and 10th year at Catholic Central. He started out at Dearborn Divine Child, and he's back home where it started for him as a high school player, and so many players have come through their program. I just did a game in the Big Ten the other night where a young man, Zach Scholes, who plays at Wisconsin, didn't play for CC, went to CC, but he was a USA program guy, but so many players. I mean, it's just insane the amount of players that have come through there, and year after year, they just produce really good hockey players and really good young men out of both these schools, and so much fun to see these two programs square off and play games like this. I mean, this is as good as it gets in our state. And as I talked about in the intermission, we got to keep building high school hockey in this state. Let's make it stronger and stronger year after year.
Zach Wells onto the ice for St. Mary's, got tied up at the dot. Shamrocks came out with a puck. Leiter speed again.
Oh.
The older Leiter, Nick and Jackson. Nick's the older guy.
I love his skating, man. He can absolutely fly. Nick's
still staying up from that left point spot.
Yes, he is.
Played it in front, puck loose. Keene got it again as we got some extracurriculars.
The big boy's going at it in front there a little bit.
Yeah, Jack Dorgan just telling everyone Happy New Year with his left fist.
I'm 6'4", sir.
I don't think that's what he was telling those St. Mary's guys in front.
No, not one bit. St. Mary's has got to find a way to play in the end to our right, Evan. They have been in this end the majority of this period. They have got to try and get on the attack here. Defending an awful lot.
Right point shot. Nice blocker save, Keene. Out to center it comes. Again, Shamrocks have dominated this second period. Out shooting St. Mary's 11-5. Only outshot them by about 2 or 3 in the first period. And the Eaglets won that first period 2-1.
Oh.
Sussex keeps it in. Hoping for Morad on the right side. Matthew played it off the ledge. Morad took a hit in that corner, kept working. And his shot hit the roof.
It really did.
It literally did. It hit the roof. We are nothing but accurate on these broadcasts, Ben. Occasionally.
We have
Sometimes.
to be. We have
Sometimes.
to be. We mix in a little bit of humor here and there. But, yeah, no, it's this is a rarity. I mean, Julian Johnston back out for a face-off here. It's a rarity here in the period where they've been in the D zone the entire period, it seems like, pretty much. And you got 3.5 to go. They need to spend a good chunk here in the O zone if they can.
Yeah, Johnston did not win that face-off. Forecheck doesn't lead to a turnover. Leads to a Catholic Central pass up ahead. Reese Hemme behind the play fell down. Ooh, big hit there. Rainish got hit by Justin Blanc.
Ooh.
Senior taken down sophomore.
He got blanked.
You've been waiting all night on that, haven't you?
Look out.
Great pass ahead. Reese Hemme. Oh, what a stop by Keene. And a follow-up, too. Another shot. It snuck through. Peter Sannon went 5-hole. And the Shamrocks back in front.
What a play. That quickly, everything changed. St. Mary's in the attacking zone with a face-off. They don't win it. Back up ice come the Shamrocks in their top group. They come through. There's the initial stop by Keene. Puck onto the stick there of Peter Sannon, the senior captain, and he deposits it through the wickets to give the Shamrocks a 3-2 lead.
You know what, I wonder, too, if Keene didn't get a clean look at that thing, there were multiple bodies in front. There was not a ton of velocity on that shot from Sannon, but it just found its way into the back of the net.
It sure did, and that's how quickly this team can strike, and nothing phases them. I mean, they're just They're unflappable. Doesn't really seem to matter. They just make plays when plays need to be made, like that little play there at center.
Hoping on the chip ahead to find a teammate, but couldn't find him.
Mm-hmm.
2 in a row for CC. They've got both goals and darn near all the puck possession in this second period. Roberts spiked it ahead, couldn't get to it for St. Mary's. Still about 2 minutes to go in this period.
Oh.
Strong work done by the Shamrocks. That was Dominic Testani wiggling his way through one man. And now we got a whistle that stops play.
Yeah, it was, but got caught offside there. A terrific little dangle there to get around. And, you know, the Shamrocks are quiet down here on the bench. I'm 2 feet from it. Calm, just going, doing what they do. And it's what they've done for decades. They go about their business. Very disciplined team. And right now, with 2 to go in the period, a 1-goal lead.
Peter Sannon has the last one for CC. Wants to be pre-med in college.
Wow.
He's fluent in Russian.
Oh.
Played a couple of years of travel hockey before this one. Spent a lot of time playing for CompuAir.
See, and I love the fact that he's back at his high school, Evan. I mean, that's so awesome.
It's great to see guys who played at that high level and come back to play with their guys.
Yep.
Morad a shot.
It really is. It really is.
With a nice little stop there.
Yeah, it's so great. I love hearing about those stories, and we do these games each year, you and I, and all the games they do on the prep with these great programs, and kids want to play for their school. I mean, Blake Jeffrey, I don't know if you remember him or not, but I was talking to him a few weeks ago, and he said, when I got to the NHL, there was no more team. And I know most people would say, what are you talking about? But he's a guy that played for the U.S. national program. He played at Wisconsin, was a captain, was a Hobie Baker winner. He said there was nothing like playing for my country or my school, and that's so true.
Connor Laird just got a good look down deep and a big save for Will Keane.
Ooh.
Another shot
Ouch.
got blocked. Oh, good work by Jack Squire. He's going to be feeling that one in a bit.
Yep, he'll need some ice bags.
Shamrocks nearly got caught with too many men on the ice there. I think they did.
They did, right at the end here, just to my left.
They're going to have to send someone to the box, and St. Mary's is going to get a power play out of this. Wow.
The big man's back in here with me.
Yeah, Jack's back in the box for the second time. This could be a huge break for St. Mary's.
It's massive. They need this in the worst way, Evan. They really do, because as we've illustrated and talked about, they have defended and defended basically for the entire period here so far, and it's plenty of time. You got to win the draw. Johnston's got to get this draw back, and then they can get it set up here. Let's see if he does.
Face-off win for Johnston. St. Mary's could not hold the zone, but the puck's not all the way down the ice. They got that top line out there. Johnston joined with Rainish on the left. Played in front, taken away, but not cleared. Nice job holding in by Diesel Carrera, and a shot sticked aside by Bedels. Squire got caught pinching, and that allows CC to send it down. Sannon's after it, 2-on-1, pass in front, big stop Keane.
Oh.
Another odd man rush coming for CC. Wow, what a stop by Keane. Put a star by that one. We'll go to the third period. St. Mary's will start on the power play, but an odd man rush, shorthanded for CC, nearly a goal. And Will Keane keeps St. Mary's in the hockey game going into the third.
He sure did, and he made 2 10-bell saves. That one and one about 5 minutes ago that he made to keep this a one-shot game. Otherwise, CC's up by 2 or 3 goals in this game, and that is an absolute 10-bell save off the end of that left pad by Will Keane, and they'll go to the room down by 1, 3-2 here, Evan, after 2.
CC just scored twice in that period. One on the power play. Sannon had the last one. Laird had the first one. CC outshot St. Mary's in that second period, 16-5.
Wow.
But St. Mary's will start the third on a power play.
That's right.
We'll get a break and come on back. Third period, starting soon. We'll keep it here as we'll get a chance to chat with St. Mary's head coach Brian Klanow. Ben's down there with him. Ben,
see you, buddy. Turn that way.
Let's listen to Ben and Brian Klanow chat. Ben, take it away.
All right, Brian, thanks for coming into the office here, man. Good to see you again. Interesting game. What's your take through the first two periods?
Well, we played really good in the first period. I think that they've come out and they've changed their system around a little bit, and we didn't do a great job at adapting to it. We need to make a few changes, which I think we're going to do in the third.
What specifically do you feel you got to change?
I think we got to change our forecheck.
Forecheck.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shots were 16-5 in the period. Your top group, we've talked about them all night. I said from the outset of the broadcast, they've got to be the best line on the ice tonight. What do you need to see more out of those guys?
I mean, they're doing a good job. Honestly, it's not just one single line. It's our whole team right now. We just got to make a couple little transitions and come out in the third period and take it to them.
And Will made two really big time stops there in that
made a
period.
Few, yes. He did.
His development from last year to this year, we haven't seen in a year. What's been the difference in his game to this point this season?
Well, I mean, we've talked about this last year. He's a player. He just works so hard to make himself better every day, and then when he comes out in practice, he just competes like a racehorse. So he deserves everything he gets.
All right, great to see you as always. Thanks for the time. Thanks for the hospitality. Good luck in the third.
Thank you.
All right, there you go, Evan. So the thoughts from Orchard Lakes head coach Brian Klanow there, and they're down by one here. We'll see if they get that forecheck changed up, as he mentioned, when the third starts.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
Orchard Lake St. Mary's, a very busy day here inside of the Eaglet Ice Arena. Ben Holden with you, and joined by the general manager of Orchard Lake St. Mary's Hockey, Kurt Kormos. Kurt, this is quite an empire you guys have here. This is a big day for your programs. Let's start with that and what goes into this day with your team having 3 squads going here in your program as Catholic Central comes in.
Well, it's good, busy day for us. Our JV team played CC earlier this year and didn't have the result that we wanted. The Varsity B team did really well against them and lost in the last second, but competitive games, competitive schedule is all we can ask for. Our Varsity B team is second year of doing our Varsity B team. Started last year. Basically had an upper JV team that had 3 or 4 teams that gave us competition, and the rest of them just wasn't doing our program any good. So we decided to create a second varsity team. They are a true varsity team. They get letters. They get treated just like the varsity team does. We're allowed seniors. We can move some of these kids up and down if we need to, and it's been wonderful for our program. We get to play some kids and playing better competition for our younger kids, and we got a couple freshmen on a varsity B team, and they're just playing really good competition, and we're not getting blown out. We're being competitive with a lot of the varsity teams, so it's really good for our program.
It really is, and as a former high school hockey player in this state, it's great to see. I've been around the college game for over 20 years, and you see so many kids, they're playing travel, they're playing AAA, so that's got to be part of this equation for you guys to keep your kids in your program. Take me back to when all that kind of was first formulated. Do you recall the moment, the meeting, the conversation? What was it?
It was a meeting with Jamie Masters, the old CC Blue head coach.
Yeah.
Him and I were talking one day at their place, and we for years we've been trying to see what we could do to get the competition at the JV level up where we could make it better for JV and keep some of these travel kids. And it just seemed like every year we couldn't get it. We weren't doing it. It doesn't do our teams any good to go out there and beat somebody, mercying them in the second period. It's not what we want. It's not what we're about. And the summer before we had the conversation, our team would go up in a Flint tournament in summer, and we would bring two varsity teams, and we would compete. So we started talking, and Jamie agreed that we should do something like that. So I brought the idea back to our head coach, Brian Klanow, and then we took it to Jermaine Gonzalez, and he was all for it, and contacted MHSAA, and they're like, yeah, you can do that. He says a couple conditions. First condition was that we can't play in the state playoff. Okay, so which kind of a bummer, but
yeah.
And then any team that we play at the varsity level, our score doesn't count towards their MPR, so their ranking. So those were the two conditions, so kind of a bummer for our kids because obviously they want to play in the state tournament.
Mm-hmm.
So what we did this year is I contacted the four teams in Ohio. They had varsity B teams, and with them and CC, Brother Rice, and Heartland, and ourselves, we created a Turnpike League where we have a league with teams in their state and our state.
Yeah.
And now we've got playoff games at the end of the year that it means something. So they're all for it because they really don't have anything like that in Ohio. We didn't have anything here, so it's going to be good for both our programs, all our programs.
Yeah, that's outstanding to hear, and keep those kids in the high school ranks. And are these numbers the highest you've had in the short time you've done it in terms of your players, or has it been like this for both years?
So for both years that we've been doing the two varsity teams, the numbers are about the same.
Okay.
We're trying to get some of those freshmen that don't quite understand what's going on and want to go back for their last year travel. So we're missing out on a few freshmen this year that we'd love to have play for us, but they quite weren't sure what the program was about. We're trying to get the word out there what the second varsity team's about. If you're good enough, you got a good opportunity to play. Our JV team, is playing really good competition, and they're playing well. So, in my opinion, I think that the JV team plays better competition than some of the travel teams.
Yeah.
And, that we'd like to keep them in our program as much as we could.
What are the big things that you do with all three of the teams? I would think in many ways a lot of this stuff is universal. Obviously, Brian may coach a little different than Jeff or Steve, but I would think at the end of the day, the mission is all the same. What is the mission for the three teams? What are the big things that you want to teach these young guys, not just out here on the ice, but off the ice?
Well, obviously, they're all men of St. Mary's, so we want, the respect of your players, your officials, your parents, to carry yourself in a certain way through no matter what. What I like to preach is that we're one program, not three teams.
Yep.
Okay, so what happens with one program happens with the next program, because on any given day, a JV player can be called up into the varsity B, and we've even had JV players go all the way up to varsity if they're playing that well.
It's good.
So the whole main purpose of this is to develop our players.
Yeah.
All right, we want the JV players to be ready to play varsity B next year, and the varsity B players to be ready to go into Brian's. So now that we've got this going on, Brian doesn't have to worry about some of these kids, what they would happen if they play against the older kids, against the other varsity teams. So, it works out really well for us.
That's great. Well, tip of the hat to you guys. I think it's tremendous what you're doing, and obviously you got numbers, you got a lot of teams, you got three of them, you got kids that want to play, that want to get better, and like you said, they're all men of Orchard Lake St. Mary's, and they want to keep growing in their young lives. Thanks for the hospitality. Thanks for the office, as always. I'll be down here for all three games. I love being down here. Thanks so much, Kurt, for having us.
Need anything else, let me know.
We will. Right. Kurt Kormos, the general manager of Orchard Lake St. Mary's Hockey. More hockey coming your way right here on The Prep.
At Alliance Catholic Credit Union, we're your financial guardian angel. We're here to help you achieve your dreams. A new home, a Catholic education, that business you are working to build. We're here to support the goals of your family, your retirement, and the community that surrounds you. We're here to offer your trusted financial services inspired by Catholic values. And like your guardian angel, we'll always be by your side. Federally insured by NCUA, Equal Housing Lender.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again. Whenever we get it, there's no hesitation.
Start of the third period here at Orchard Lake St. Mary's. Catholic Central with a 3-2 lead, and their head coach standing by downstairs in the bench.
Yeah, I'm sitting by, but Brandon Kalinicki's been kind enough to lean over from the end of his bench. Give me your thoughts on the game through 2.
I thought, obviously it's a good hockey game. I thought the first period they had more jump than we did. We found our legs there in the second period, certainly found our urgency, which I didn't like in the first. And, I thought that period was much more the way we want to play. The first period, thought they kind of dictated a little bit more than I would like. And, the score reflected that, I think. So now you're in the one-goal game going in the third period. What do you expect? So.
What do you want to see here in the third, specifically early on, first couple minutes?
Basically just the way we finished, right? Making sure we were good on the forecheck, really putting them under pressure, causing them to turn pucks over in their zone, and then we started to, really lean on them in the O zone and want to keep that going. That's our game plan from first minute to the last minute, so hopefully we can do it again for the third.
Great to see you as always. I'll let you get back to work. I'll go back to work.
Thank you.
Thanks, man. Brandon Kalinicki there, the longtime head coach, and appreciate Brandon taking a little bit of time to give us his thoughts. There you go, Evan. So set to go here for what should be an absolute barn burner of a third, and the highlights there. And Shamrocks, he said they want to keep that pressure on like they had in that second period. As you and I talked, Evan, the shots were 16-5. Sannon with a beautiful play, and here we go. It's noisy, it's loud, it's electric down here. High school hockey at its finest here in Michigan.
Remember, CC starting this period on a kill.
Yep.
St. Mary's has the power play to begin this third with the penalty late in the second period on Catholic Central. They still got Jack Dorgan sitting in the box. A minute to go on the power play.
Keeping me company.
Well, they do rule ice there as it didn't tip off anybody's stick, and that is a tough break for St. Mary's. You just heard from Brandon Kalinicki. Ben was down there talking to him. Coach Cal with an excellent resume, an outstanding playing career, and now he's just adding trophy after trophy to a crowded case at Catholic Central.
Man, I've been around so long, Evan. I did some of his games in high school and then did a couple of years, his last 2 years when he ran up front with a longtime pro, Andrew Ebbett. They were absolutely magical together, and I will tell you this, Brandon Kalinicki was an absolute bulldog when he played. Undersized guy, big, strong, could score big goals, will knock you through the wall, and his teams resemble his personality. That's how he played.
Good look in front and a save made. Zielinski with a good drive to the net. There's still some time in this power play for St. Mary's, but once again, Catholic Central with a puck. Wolak throws it on Keene, got to make a save and frees the puck. This has not been the start to the period, Ben, that St. Mary's wanted on that power play.
No, not at all. They need to get it going here. They really do. And, Brian Clano joined us there at the end of the second period, and he talked about them having, some adjustments to their forecheck. I'm looking forward to seeing what we can pick up in that department once we're back to 5-on-5 here in 20 seconds. But yeah, they have not had a good start here. CC is, as Kalinicki said, carried on the way they played in that second here in the opening minute and change of the third.
Still time in the man advantage for St. Mary's. Once again, Shamrocks get the puck in clear. Dorgan out of the box, and they kill off the St. Mary's power play.
That's a big young man.
He's 6'4", sir.
He is a big young man. And a good player, really good player.
Yeah, had the first goal for Catholic Central tonight. Puck flopped on out to center.
Ooh.
This is played to space. CC shot, and it goes high. Great chance for O'Brien.
Oh, it sure was, man. He walked right in, and the player that took that hit at the line coming off slowly, and that's Reese Hemme, one of their captains, 19 points. That was a heavy shot he took.
The contact has not been shy in this game. Harrington for St. Mary's has lowered the boom.
Yeah, it's a man's game, man. These are young men, teenagers, but it's a man's game.
Suey, shot, traffic, and a save. Keene found it through all those trees in front.
I want to see this angle, if we can, guys. The back angle of that shot that was taken there when they walked down from the right point there by Suey, number 2. And what a great job he did of just shooting this puck and trying to use all that traffic in front of Keene and the lanes on the way through. We'll try to give you a look at that when we get a chance later, but that was just a brilliant play by him through all that traffic, trying to have a puck get eyes and find its way into the net.
CC has scored goals tonight when they get bodies in front of that big 6'5" netminder for St. Mary's, Will Keene.
Yep.
All right, and icing. So let's see if we can get a look at that last shot from Nino Sui.
Yeah, right here. So watch what he does here. He waits. I mean, that's just a brilliant shot. I mean, I think he would have liked it a little bit more to the right, more in between the trapper and the post there, but a great job. And he waited, he hesitated to shoot that puck until the play developed a little bit with the traffic that was down on the top of the crease. That's just a smart play. That's coaching by CC. That's a great job by Sui to try to get one there and find the back of the net.
They get another icing on Catholic Central. The third line for St. Mary's was out there for 10 seconds. Now they switch it up. Second line and Charlie Roberts coming up.
Yeah, I think you're going to see on the St. Mary's side, I think you'll see the bench get a little bit shorter. I think you'll see more of the Rainish line with Johnston and those guys up front. They need to produce here. And, you know, Brian Clano said, hey, all of our lines got to produce. But I think at the end of the day, I'm sticking to what I said. That line's got to be a difference if they're going to win this game.
Roberts pass to the left point. Shot high over the crossbar. Gumma took the shot. Roberts after it again. Catholic Central clears the zone. Dorgan in a race. Look at Gumma come back to take it away from Dorgan. Wow. Pass to the slot too strong. Now this is Goff on Keene. And he sucks it into the belly.
Good pressure from the Shamrocks. Nothing's changed in that regard. Again, to Brandon Kalinicki's point, you want to see the same thing you saw in that period. Pressure. They're playing well below the dots. Hard to defend a team when they're putting that much heat on you from below the dots and below the goal line, and they've done that consistently. As Kalinicki said, they didn't really do it in the first, but in the second they found their legs.
Another shot swallowed by Keene. That time it was Justin Blanc letting it go. We just talked about all the success for Brandon Kalinicki. Well, do not sleep, please and thank you.
That's
Brian
right.
Clano. We'll get him a better photo next time. Went to Rochester Adams High School, played some AAA and Honeybake, now here at St. Mary's for 26 seasons.
Yeah.
And he's just trying to get his team, Ben, back to the promised land. They've got the talent to win a title this year.
They do, and there's something that's not on that graphic that I must mention about Brian. In his time in professional hockey after he played in college, he was coached by John Tortorella at one point for a team, I believe, in the East Coast League in Virginia. And he said he loved playing for him. He loved playing for Tortorella. And it was pretty cool to talk to him about that last year. He's a good man, got a great program.
Left side shot saved by Keene. And Coach Clanow and his family, Ben, big benefactors, big supporters of the annual Pink in the Rink here at St. Mary's that you and I called last year. And we'll have that broadcast on the prep for you next month.
Yeah, I ran into his wife after the 5 o'clock game, and she said hi, and I didn't recognize her, and she said, I'm Brian's wife, and I said, oh, it's so great to see you again, and she asked if those games would be broadcast. I said, yes, they will. I won't be able to be here for it, but the crew will have the game. So, yeah, it's a special night. It's an awesome night, and a great job by everybody here at St. Mary's. It really kind of all started with Brian and his wife, and their son was playing junior hockey, and they saw an event, and Lisa was moved by it and said, hey, we should do something like this here, and it's a great thing they've done. It's really cool. I'll miss being here that night, but I know you'll handle everything, and yeah, it'll be cool to see on February 8th again.
Yeah, going to be an outstanding event here at St. Mary's. They literally will paint the ice pink.
Yep.
Very excited for that.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool setup, and all for a great cause, obviously, for all kinds of children's cancer and breast cancer and you name it. They're out to try to raise money and help for research and hopefully one day find a cure.
Matthew Nadia to take the face-off here for Catholic Central. Tied up with Charlie Roberts off the dot. Now the puck's out to center. Wolak to get it for CC. Shot from the top of the circle. Saved by Will Keene. Not a lot of flow to this third period so far, Ben.
No, not really, but only about 4 minutes into it. St. Mary's got to start taking some chances, in my opinion. They got to start trying to string some pucks out the center and win some foot races and get in and see if they can get that forecheck that they wanted to adjust after 2 periods.
CC in this period outshooting St. Mary's 7-1.
Wow.
In the last 2 periods, they are outshooting them 23-6.
Yeah, you're not going to win many games that way. You've got to turn the tide here. You've really got to start getting out of your own zone and playing in the offensive end of the rink. It's got to happen for them, or it's going to be a mountain that keeps getting taller and taller to climb for them here as this game and the time ticks away in it.
CC has not lost in the state of Michigan in almost 3 years. They've won 5 straight state championships.
Unreal.
But St. Mary's tried to slay the Dragon tonight. Got off to a 2-1 lead, but Catholic Central scored twice in the second to grab the momentum back. Puck loose at center. Eaglets send it ahead. Rolling toward the center logo and dumped deep by A.J. Michaelis. This is the third line out of the ice for the Eaglets. Michaelis after it again, but Shamrocks took it away with Leiter. Nick Leiter all the way into the offensive zone and a shot wide. That may hit the side of the post.
It did. I heard it hit iron.
Leiter still working in the slot, and he drew a penalty. What an outstanding shift for Nick Leiter.
Yep, he was tackled basically in essence by Went, and Went's going to sit, and you're right, an absolute just dynamic shift there, turned in all the way around and sets up a Shamrock power play. There's that shot that grazed the outside of the post there, and then here's the work there from Leiter. I mentioned his skating. There's the tackle there. Jermaine Gonzalez, the football coach, would love that, but it's the wrong sport. And a terrific job by Catholic Central to put themselves in position here, Evan, to go up 2.
On the power play for the first time in the period. Suey shot. Big save, Keene. Follow. Saved again. Puck loose. Back in front and in the back of the net. The Shamrock lunch pails are out in the third. Third crack, and it's by Keene. It's Sam Wolak in a 4-2 lead.
And Evan, I believe this is another one of those plays just from an awful angle. Keep your eyes on number 11. Watch where he's at here when he shoots this puck. Here he comes. I mean, he's on the goal line. And you see that more and more at every level of hockey. Just throw it at the goalie. He's got no chance. I mentioned with Keene, you got to get him moving. They got him moving there. But then when you use the goaltender and his equipment, that's the ultimate burn because they threw it right at him and it bounced in off of him basically from the goal line, and they get the 2-goal lead.
The 8th shot of the period for Catholic Central is their 4th goal of the night, and a cushion with just about 12 minutes to go. Is there a response for St. Mary's?
There's got to be if they're going to come back. There has to be.
This is 3 unanswered for Catholic Central. St. Mary's into the slot, playing back behind the net. Johnston, pass in front. Bedell's got a save to it. Cuttendinger after it in the corner. This is St. Mary's top line out there. A lot of time to go, but right now Catholic Central firmly on that front foot.
Hit the netting. Puck went up and hit the netting.
Yeah, Rangers got tangled up with Shamrock down there. Got tangled up with Marchese. They will keep the face-off here in St. Mary's offensive zone.
That was a physical shift from both these teams, and a lot of pushback there. And again, I'm right next to the CC bench. They're calm, they're quiet, they're sitting down, they're businesslike. They're doing what they do. And when they get a hold of you, they step on your chest and they suck the life out of you. They're doing that right now. St. Mary's needs a goal here, in my opinion, in the next couple of minutes here in this game.
Hemi into the offensive zone with speed. And a nice stick check on the play by Jacob Fedor, that talented blue liner. Another shot from the point gets blocked. Hemi played it back. Around the board it comes. Catholic Central goal here in the third from Sam Wolak. from that tough angle has boosted their lead to 2. This is the first 2-goal lead tonight for either team.
Yeah, it's just a smart play by Wolak, and I love those plays.
Quick recycle at center, and a 3-on-2 was canceled out by Catholic Central. Sussex led the charge into the offensive zone for Orchard Lake. All the way down the ice, expertly put on Will Keene, so Catholic Central can change. Turnover. Slot shot coming. Backhand save by Keene. 7 minutes into the third period. Harrington on the ice, the blue liner for St. Mary's, who has delivered some big blows tonight.
Got a penalty here for, I believe, a hit in the back.
Yeah, I think they're going to get Sand in here, judging on his reaction.
Yep. Yeah, he's coming in to join me here in the box. So, yeah, so this is, if you're St. Mary's, I mean, you desperately needed this situation, but even more so, you have got to score a goal on this power play. You see the hit right there coming in right in the back there is St. Mary's player there at his back there facing the player that was Cam Sussex. So this is a must-have power play here, Evan, for St. Mary's.
Had a power play to start the period. Didn't work. And now here's another one. A goal here, and their hopes are alive. Carrera will start the breakout on this power play for St. Mary's, which scored twice in the first period, but has not scored since. Johnston into the offensive zone, lost the puck, and it's out to center. Quick recycle for the Eaglets. Pass tipped. Excellent work by Connor Laird, who has a Shamrock goal tonight. Look at 15 work. That is excellent work on the kill.
Sure is. And that's the epitome of a PK. Great stick in the lane to break that up. And then he hustles up the wall and gets a big round of applause from his teammates here back on the bench.
We are already 1 minute into the Eaglet power play with not a lot of time in the offensive zone. And no more time's coming. Blanca ahead. Odd man rush, shorthanded CC. Block steered into the corner. Tangled with an Eaglet, no call. St. Mary's playing it back here. They're trying to get bodies off the ice. Oh, what a save! Will Keene, wow!
Unbelievable. I mean, who's on the power play here? And then that happens.
Yep, that's a penalty on Diesel Carrera.
Wow.
Will Keene with a remarkable stop, Ben, but when your biggest highlight on the power play is a save from your goalie, that's not good news for St. Mary's.
No, it's never good news. And just a bad penalty in your own end. And Catholic Central just putting on a clinic here, shorthanded. There's that save from Keene. I mean, that's 3 10-bell saves, Evan, that he's made, and then you just can't do it. I mean, you can't do that. You've got to be more disciplined, especially at this stage of the game, and that's a really, really bad penalty to take with 8:29 to go.
Yeah, because at the very least, right, here when it gets to 5-on-4 for Catholic Central, even if they don't score, they burn this clock down to 7 minutes.
That's right.
And you got to get 2 goals in 7 minutes against this juggernaut that is CC.
Yep, and they are certainly that. They've shown it here tonight.
12-0. And
wow.
CC coming ahead 4-on-4. Strong work on the forecheck by Marchese.
They just want it more right now. I mean, that's the only way I can say it. They just want it more right now.
To the power play and a shot. Keene makes a nice glove save. I mean, you can hear it, Ben. You're right there down that bench. CC got down 2-1, but then all of a sudden, as that second period started, they just turned the gas up on this hockey game.
Yep, you wake them up and you give them a reason to have a chip on their shoulder. I mean, you wouldn't think a team that's now into its 3rd year of not losing a game would have a chip, but they got a chip, man. And they have played with it here in this game to this point, and now they get the power play for another 1:20.
Oh, and another save by Keene. What a glove stop as Leiter let it go.
Well, I said they had to get him moving, and he's been moving all over. He doesn't want to be rolling around on the ice or diving on the ice like he's been, but CC has done a great job of that. They are just putting on a clinic here Their forecheck has been great. They're going to the paint every time. They continue to dominate this game below the face-off dots. And when you do that, you are making life miserable for the opposition.
Still Catholic Central power play for a minute 15 more. Eaglets will clear. They will not change the penalty killing line. They got Rainish and Morad up top. Big Harrington and Lucas Wentz, the blue liners here.
Look at this kid skate.
Nick Leiter is one of the best skating defensemen you'll ever see.
He's unbelievable, man.
Great pass and another stop by Keene. I don't think Hemi got all he wanted to on that shot.
I mean, you know, I'm looking right now at Nick Leiter, and, you know, I'd say in street clothes he's maybe 5'9". That would be my guess. He doesn't have long legs, and that's the only reason I say that. But, man, can he get up and down the ice, and Keene has to make yet another stop here for his team. But Leiter's been awesome to watch here tonight.
On a team filled with great players,
Yeah.
Nick Leiter tonight for CC may be their very best.
Yeah, he might be, Evan. That's a very valid point by you.
Block into the zone. Shot over the crossbar. Wolak held the zone for CC. The Eaglets got it out to center. Short-handed rush. Coming back to nullify the play. Nino Sui, good work in the back check.
Thought they might call Roberts there. He got a stick up in his head, no call.
Surslip swung it to the left side of the ice. Bodies colliding. Shamrocks hold the zone. One last shot on this power play if they get it back. To the blue line it comes. Delane shooting, blocked in front. Eaglets can't clear the zone. Blanc holds as we're back to 5-on-5. Tough angle, shot save Keene. Shamrock still possessing in the O zone. Justin Blanc plays it to the sidewall, and a shot went wide.
Oof.
Another big hit down there.
No call.
This game is not for the faint of heart.
No, it's not.
Great look. Shot blocked. Eaglets have exhausted bodies on the ice. That will not be an ice. Sussex, the only Eaglets still on as everyone else is changing.
Yeah, you know as well as I do, Evan, you're a football player, and you know when you have to defend the amount of time that you have to defend in this game, I don't care what sport it is, you are sucking wind, you're tired, you got to pay the price every time, and CC is relentless. You'd think they're down by 2, but they're up by 2 with 5.5 to play in this game.
Well, in Catholic Central, just the last 2 periods, right? All the puck possession,
Yeah.
all of that time, as you're saying. St. Mary's, all the time they're spending defending, there's just nothing left for them on the offensive end.
No, there's really not, and it's so hard to defend in this sport, and when you're up against it every single shift, and that's the way it's been for now, 17 minutes and almost 12, almost 29 minutes, it seems like it's been that way pretty consistently for St. Mary's having to defend.
Top line back out there. Pass in front. Shot loose. That puck is still free. Rainish to get it for the Eaglets. What a great look in front by Kundinger.
Man alive, they've had chances, not many, but they've had chances. You got to bury.
Thompson up ahead.
Ooh.
Thompson taken off the play by Squire.
Great play by Squire. Great hustle play. Big time play. May have saved a goal.
Eaglets will not quit. There's 5 minutes to go. You do wonder at which point does St. Mary's think about pulling the goalie down 2?
Yeah, that's a great point. I don't think they do it much before 3 minutes, but I'll keep an eye on them. I'd say that would be around the time frame they try to do it, somewhere between 2.5 and 2 minutes.
Squire cross-ice feed. Rainish lost an edge. He's slow to get up behind the play. Wheeling and shooting off the side of the net. Keene was out of the net, but got lucky as that shot went wide. Part of the deal is, too, if you want to pull the goalie, you got to possess the puck.
That's right.
And St. Mary's has had problems with that the entire second and third.
They
Another
have.
CC shot from the slot got blocked. Out to center it comes. Down to 4 minutes to go as their last gasp for St. Mary's. who led this game 2-1 at the end of the first. Noah Gumma, slap shot save.
Good look.
Played back in front and steered aside by guess who? Nick Leiter.
Shocking. Man, he's been a horse.
Are we allowed to have a G of the game who didn't score? Because I think Nick Leiter may be our G of the game.
I mean, yeah, we are. I mean, if you impact the game and you're the player of the game, I'm good with that. I'll let you guys decide.
3.5 to go. St. Mary's has not pulled Will Keene. Maybe they do it here. Coming ahead on a brush. Oh, and a shot off the inside of the post. Jacob Fedor nearly made it 4-3. Bedell sucks this one into the belly. What a chance. Jacob Fedor nearly made it 4-3. He rings the post for St. Mary's.
They needed that one in the net. They really did with 3:16 to go. Good look there, and not much action, as we've talked about, for their goaltender. And they tried to get him sleeping there, but they didn't get it by him.
St. Mary's has not pulled Keene.
Nope.
And this is a 2-on-1. Sannon, shot and a save. You got to tip your cap to Keene. He's played really well here in this third to keep him afloat.
Yeah, I mean, this could be a 4-goal game at this point, honestly.
He's looking to the bench. They haven't pulled him.
I'm a little surprised. I really am.
St. Mary's has possessed the puck here the last minute. Long shot and a save. Well, Brian took the shot. I mean, you can't pull him here in a defensive zone face-off.
No. Yeah, I'm a little surprised they didn't try to get him out there in the last 30, 40 seconds, but long distance shot, easy glove there with Keene. And I mean, it goes without saying, Johnston's got to win this draw. They've got to get up ice. I think if they win the draw and get up ice clean, I think Keene's coming to the bench. That would be my guess.
Off the dot, CC wins the faceoff. Throws it in front, goes wide. It's a Catholic Central team that has peppered Will Keene in this hockey game. According to Pat the Stat, they've had 42 shots in this game.
Not surprised.
They still have not pulled the goalie. And the puck's out to center. Harrington coming back for the Eaglets. This is a Catholic Central 2-on-1. Thompson pass in between Dorgan's skates. Big Jack Dorgan plays it in front. Another stop by Will Keene. You know what? This game may not go St. Mary's way, but Will Keene in this third has made good save after good save. Man.
He has. He's been under heavy pressure for 2 straight periods. Another grade A look there for CC, and he slams the door on him that time around, and he's one of the stars of this game. However it ends up, no question about it.
Hemi to take the face-off for Catholic Central. It was won by Charlie Roberts, who's played really well tonight for St. Mary's.
What a keep.
Yeah, Shamrocks hold that blue line. Eaglets coming ahead. And an excellent back check by Reese Hemi. This is a 3-on-1. Hemi shot. Another Keene save. Get that man some ice after the game.
Just relentless. Relentless.
They just got a Catholic Central penalty. You're going to have more company there, Ben, in the box. And as Tyler O'Brien sits, this would be the time to pull the netminder. Will Keene's coming to the bench.
Pull him, use your timeout, draw it up, find a way to get one here in 30 to 40 seconds, and you give yourself a chance if you can do that. There's the timeout I mentioned. They just took the timeout. So they'll talk it over. They'll draw up, I'm sure, 2 plays. One if they win the draw, one if they lose it. And they'll be set to go, win or lose. And Brandon Kalinicki's got the coaches board out down to our left. You get a look overhead at Brian Clano and his group and what they're going to try and do here on this power play with 1:38 to go in it, Evan.
So many outstanding sports broadcast on the prep this time of year. If you want high-level coverage like we're providing tonight for Catholic Central and St. Mary's, Contact us at info@theprepsports.com. Follow us on all the social media channels. Busy Hoops Week coming up for the Prep. IMG Academy against St. Mary's
Yeah, I
from
heard that.
OU on Thursday night. And then high school basketball. They got to get a classic out of East Kentwood all day next Saturday. Excited for that one.
Nice. I think Chad said the Crews are in action this week. You can watch that on the YouTube channel as well. And lots going on. They do a great job. Awesome group of people. Thanks to everybody for the triple header today and all the work. It's a long day for our crew, and tip of the hat to all the folks on our crew. Thanks for what you do.
All right, so St. Mary's has pulled Wilkeen. They're going to have 6 on 4.
Yep.
Down by 2. Do they have pixie dust to get back in the hockey game?
They got the draw. That's a start.
Jack Squires shot tipped wide. Laird after it for CC. Stopped before it could get to that net. Laird threw it again, stopped again. Last 3 in this game belong to Catholic Central. Eaglets get the extra men to the puck. They got 2 extra men on the ice here. Goalie pulled on a 5-on-4 power play.
Ooh.
Hard shot, careening off the boards and down the ice. Shamrocks will change.
Man, their penalty kill has just been relentless, and it's doing it again here, Evan.
Steal, open net. Peterson in, off the side of the net. Sandin just took a multiple, that's got to be a penalty, yeah. St. Mary's guy just slammed Sandin down.
Yep.
Probably Julian Johnston there. That's a frustration penalty if I've ever seen one.
It sure is, and Catholic Central bench, they were up in arms immediately, and again, just great work. I mean, Laird's been great, Seven's great. I mean, look at this play, just sacrificing for the team, takes one right in the back of the neck, gets up and smiles and looks at the opposition, and they head to the box.
Hard effort by St. Mary's tonight, but barring a miracle in the final 45 seconds, it will be Catholic Central's night yet again.
Yep.
They have not lost to St. Mary's since 2011. It's been almost 15 years.
Yeah.
This is an outstanding hockey program at Catholic Central. 2 teams that may be bound for CompuAir, USA Hockey, whatever the heck it's called now. Catholic Central gets a goal from Reese Hemme. That'll be the capper. You are getting a great look at one of the finest high school hockey programs in America, Detroit Catholic Central, tonight.
Absolutely, man. This team is so driven, so focused, and you said a hard effort from St. Mary's, but not nearly hard enough. Catholic Central was the harder team. They wanted it more. They dug in when it mattered, and they come out of here, and they're going to skate to a victory. The only thing to be determined is the final score and the final outcome.
So, Ben, while we got a second here, the crew is wondering who should the G of the game be? I mean, we've been singing Nick Leiter's praises. I know he didn't score in this game, but what great work by that senior blue liner, huh?
Take me back. Who had the 3rd goal? Pat the stat, get on that and let me know. Who had the game winner at this point?
I believe that was Sannon. Or no, Reese Hemme got the last one. I believe Peter Sannon had the 3rd and what would now be the winning goal. And he is a senior. He'd be good to talk to.
Yeah, he's had a really good game, and I don't know, we'll take a break and we'll decide, but unless you guys have it figured out, but CC wins this one again.
This is one of the best hockey programs in America. St. Mary's gave them a run. They led this game 2-1 at the end of the first, but a Shamrock avalanche in the final 2 periods. They score the final 4 of the hockey game. 2 in the second, 2 in the third. And we're back to wrap up a Catholic Central win on the road right after this.
Look, everybody wanna go and talk. At the same time, gotta walk it. Better yet, run, go, hit a lick, divvy up with my homies, and we do it all again.
What makes people stand in this line like this for 3 hours? Because we're not Dunkin' Donuts or Tim Hortons. These donuts are made fresh daily, and it's made with love and consistency. We got the same ingredients. It didn't change. The people know that, and that's why they standing out there.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
Heck of a hockey game tonight at Orchard Lake St. Mary's, who led this thing 2-1 at the end of the first, but then came the Shamrock Avalanche. They score the final 4. They win it 5-2. And one of the guys who scored tonight, Peter Sandin, standing by downstairs with Ben.
He sure is, Evan. Peter, you did a lot of things. Number one, you're our G of the game, brought to you by G Brand USA. Got to get the sponsors and get them in there and make them happy. Hat looks good on you. Talk about this win, man. The one word that comes to mind for me is relentless that you guys were tonight. What do you feel about it? How would you describe it?
For sure. Obviously, I think we had a little bit of a slow start in the first 5 minutes, but after that, it was a lot of hard work. Like you said, relentless. Just establishing a forecheck, getting the shots that we needed, putting pucks on the goal, and that's what it took.
Walk me through your goal. What do you recall from the one you scored?
Honestly, not much. It's been a month, so I was really excited. But yeah, we were working it low, and then I just got it right in front. Figured, throw a 5-hole. Maybe it works, maybe it doesn't.
That's right.
Turned out working. Had fun. Got to celebrate. So, yeah.
I mean, you guys get a goal too down on the goal line, a bank shot. I mean, the big man 16's going in there doing things, and this team is just an absolute unit, man. I mean, to play for Brandon Kalnicki, what's that been like for you and coming back? And I understand that you were away playing travel hockey, AAA, and I got so much respect for you for doing that to come play for your school. That says it all for me about you.
For sure, yeah. I mean, it's all about the atmosphere. Obviously, CC's a brotherhood, and we really put pride into that. But just the energy that you get every single time you play. Not only from the crowd, I mean, not much won tonight, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But just from the bench, I mean, it's unreal. It's unmatched, and that's why I love it.
I loved watching your bench throughout the game, different stages of the game. You were up for a while early in the game. Then once you guys got it going, it was kind of like that business-like approach throughout the rest of the game for the most part.
For sure, yeah. Just like you said, business. But, I mean, throwing a little bit of jeer to it, and I mean, that's hockey, you know? We have a lot of fun with it.
It is hockey, so that's terrific stuff. I'm going to let you go. Go celebrate with your teammates. Congratulations on another big win for the Shamrocks.
Absolutely. Thank you very much.
Our G of the game.
I'll see you around.
Thanks, Peter. All right, there you go, Evan. Great game from Peter and his teammates, and what an effort. And that is how I describe it. I mean, just a relentless effort from their group, and no quit. You would have thought they were the team down 2 or 3 goals in this game, man, but they're just an outstanding group and solid 4-line team. Defensemen are solid. Just everything about this team is outstanding. And there you get a look inside of their locker room. That's cool. That's the beauty of playing for your school and being part of something bigger than you. And great respect for that, Evan. That's pretty cool to see.
Win or lose, after every Catholic Central sporting event, they sing Mary Alma Mater.
Yep.
And they often celebrate wins on the hockey team. They are now 13-0 this season. These are 2 outstanding athletic programs. Football team for CC made the semis this year, lost on a last-second field goal to Cass Tech. St. Mary's won the football state championship. Both basketball teams are great. Both hockey teams are great. Always great to cover them both. We'll take one more break. Come back, show you the highlights, and wrap it up from St. Mary's on a Saturday night. Hang tight.
In today's ever-changing mortgage lending world, the importance of true professionals has never been greater. At Success Mortgage Partners, we want you to have the experience of a lifetime. Founded and owned by Catholic League alumni, our family-centered business keeps your interest at heart as we help you navigate this turbulent market with ease. If you or a family member has a mortgage need, please call me, Owen Lee, at 734-822-9792.
it was a heck of a start for St. Mary's tonight. They get a couple of goals in the first period from Corbin Kundinger and Jack Squire after Jack Dorgan scored goal number 1 for Catholic Central. But Ben, as you'll see, as the second and third period wore on, Catholic Central just took to another gear in this hockey game.
They really did. I mean, I used the phrase in the game, they step on your chest and they take your life away, and that's really what they did in this game. I mean, you can see why this team is now into its third season of not losing a game. I mean, that's just incredible. I don't care what state, what level you play at. I mean, that starts with the coaching up top, and Brandon Kalanicky, their longtime coach. I mean, I said it in the game. That's the kind of guy he was when he played. He played relentless. He played with fire. He played with passion. He played hard, and his teams resemble his mentality when he was a player, and it was an awesome game to see for CC. And if you're St. Mary's, you've lost 2 games now, and you had won 7 in a row. I mean, it's a really good hockey team, but they just got pushed around in this game, and that forecheck and that pressure of CC just kept them in their own zone, and they defended basically for 2/3 of this game, Evan. That is so difficult to do, and it's hard to win games when you're in your own end for 2/3 of a hockey game.
Hey, netminder for St. Mary's, Will Keane battled his butt off
He
tonight.
did.
40-plus saves.
Yep.
Catholic Central was peppering him. But that is a victory for Catholic Central that moves them to 13-0 on this 2024-2025 season. We're going to have some more hockey for you later on this year. Next month when St. Mary's hosts their annual Pink in the Rink, we will be there for that. Ben was here all day. I just showed up for the nightcap, Ben. So, Ben, Ben earned the paycheck.
Big
today,
game,
baby.
Evan. Big game, Evan, man. Big game, Evan. And, no, it's fun to work with you, and, as always. And, I love coming here and doing the games and, being a part of the broadcast here with you guys. And I love being down here at ice level. I mean, for years I've been up top in broadcast booths, and I know you've been doing this for a while too, Evan. It's nice to get a little change of pace, and appreciate our working relationship and our friendship. It's always a lot of fun to do these games. And, I'm dodging pucks, dodging sticks. We almost lost the monitor down here. I think it was in the second game, but no cuts, no nicks, no helmet this time. I get away with it again. I get lucky, and thanks to everybody, man. It was a lot of fun to be a part of the day with everybody.
So Ben's tougher than me. He's down ice level. You're going to get a look at where I am. Hi. I got to keep this face pretty, you know what I mean? I ain't going down there and taking any pucks. Come on now. It's the moneymaker right here, baby. I'm only half kidding.
Good stuff, dude.
Thanks to Ben. Thanks to all the crew for being here all day long. And thanks to you for watching this outstanding hockey game tonight. Catholic Central gets the last 4 and wins this game 5-2. Busy week coming up with the prep. We got basketball Thursday, St. Mary's IMG, and basketball all day next Saturday at East Kentwood. Got to get it classic. Some of the best teams in the state. We are excited for this week coming up. For Ben, the whole crew, Evan saying thanks for watching. Go enjoy the rest of your Saturday night. And if anything else, go Lions tomorrow night.
That's right.